All right, hey, good afternoon. And I want to talk a little bit today just about backing your horse up. If you've ever worked with me or been around me and working with horses, you know that I like to have a solid, clean, confident, calm backup on my horses, because if they can't back up calmly, then they usually, I say a horse that can't back up rears up. Or a horse that can't back up calmly is definitely looking for an escape going forward. So we're just teaching Geronimo here. We've already taught him kind of the back up, the cue for it. Now we're putting it under little bits of pressure. But what I want to see here with Geronimo is I'm looking for times when he gets stuck. We're going to go through a couple levels here. So I'm just going to ask Geronimo to back up, and his hips are headed, he's headed right for the fence. And what I'm going to watch for is to see how he does some problem solving. Can he problem solve? Can he take his hips one way or the other, and to alleviate the pressure? So we'll just start with that. So I can already tell. Oh, now I'm just asking him to back up. You see how he's having troubles. He's like trying to decide, do I go right, do I go left, right? And he's wanting to come forward because all of his answers before have always come from going forward. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Here we go. We're going to go down the fence. No, we're back stuck again. All right, we're going to take that. So just that little bit of pressure right there, right? Geronimo isn't confident to just back and go down the fence. He's back and forth thinking he's going to leave. And so that's his autonomic system just kind of kicking into flight mode. So we want to build this back up and be adding more and more pressure. So, because what I'm wanting Geronimo to be able to do is do some problem solving, so that if he gets in a bind, or if I'm in the saddle and I need him to back up from something, I want it to be calm and quiet and confident, not crazy. Right now it would be crazy because he doesn't have the confidence and that ability to go backwards. But the question is why? Well, the more that Geronimo is in that sympathetic nervous system, fight, flight. See, fight, flight doesn't go backwards. There is no backwards in fight, flight. Everything about fight, flight is forward. And so if he's struggling going backwards, it's because he's in that sympathetic nervous system. All of his neuroception, all of his neural networks are telling him, let's go forward. Let's fight and flight this problem. Let's not do some problem solving. And so that's what the skills we're wanting to get Geronimo here to help him out with, is get to where he can problem solve under pressure and stay calm. So I'm going to just kind of keep taking him down the fence, and I'm going to add some more pressure as he's backing up. And we're just going to observe his behavior and see how that goes, to see, is he problem solving, or does he start to get upregulated and get into that sympathetic, into fight flight mode. All right, so we're going to ask him to back up. So I'm just adding this flag of some added pressure. We're going back. See, now we've kind of stalled out. Oh boy, but I like that we could get him going again. And now we're just going to hang out and let him come down and relax. So I just want to do little bits of pressure, let him problem solve. So that time he didn't go forward. He kept going backwards. He was able to stay engaged with it. And now we get to have this huge chemical reward, this dopamine and serotonin, as he's relaxing, head down. And this will start to build his problem-solving abilities. We already taught him how to back up. Now we're just getting him to back up under more and more stimulus, or more and more pressure, so that when we're out in the real world and things are going on, backing up won't trigger him into sympathetic like it did earlier, right? Just asking him to back up with that barrier behind him triggered him up into that sympathetic nervous system. All right, we're going to add a little more pressure. Kind of already got him going. So now I just want to, let's let him have a minute here to at least let him touch it. I like that he didn't just take off and leave. Boy, I love the more that he can be, curious and be touching this, right? It's not about teaching him to be okay with the tarp. It's just about him being able to problem solve and work through stimulus. So me letting him take this time right now is going to really help ensure that we get a more confident backup. I'm just going to wait till he's done. And I'll know he's done when he lifts his head up, and he'll either look around or just look at me. All right, there we go. We're going to call that done. Hey, that's a nice backup right there. We're moving pretty nice. Oh boy. Now we're going to let him go back to this rest, relax. Right, just little moments of stimulus like that. What was that, 15 seconds maybe? And then we want to recover, come all the way back down to feeling rest, relax, get back into this parasympathetic nervous system. This is where learning happens, is in this calm area. Stimulus is what, pressure is the invitation for Geronimo to solve the problem. So the stimulus was the pressure, which is the invitation, which for him was just back up, follow my cue, and then he got the release. He gets all this head down, calm, quiet time right here, all this licking and chewing. But this is how we build a really solid, good backup on these horses so that we can back them up literally anywhere, back them in between things, over things, under things, around things, right? I want to be able to drive him backwards literally almost as good as I can take him forward. So that was a great little experience there for Geronimo in helping get his backup working good. So if you want to test your backup out, right, go out and get it working, and then add different layers of stimulus that'll just ratchet their brain up in that sympathetic nervous system. We want to go up and then bring them back down. The more we take them on that little neurochemical roller coaster ride, the higher or the broader their threshold is to be able to handle stimulus, to handle pressure, and not get themselves into trouble and really get in a panicky stress situation. That's what we're doing with Geronimo today. Yeah, let's cut that right there.